Hello, NFT.NYC community. I'm excited to have this conversation with John. John's the head of product at Nansen. Many of you, if you've been in the industry for a long time, Nansen was really the only option to do analytics in the NFT world. Of course, there's lots of different players that are trying to provide something of value, but Nansen, because of their heritage and what they're currently doing today, has a great chance of being the information highway for Web3 participants of all flavors, whether it's the community, the creator, the big brands. So, John, thank you for joining me. Please give us a little insight. How did you end up at Nansen as the head of product, and what keeps you busy during the day?
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And so, head of product for Nansen. Nansen is a analytics app that offers analytics on DeFi, tokens, as well as NFTs, and we cover 11 different blockchains. We have a rich background with, we add 100 million wallets that we label. So we augment on-chain data with our labels to surface the signal on blockchain data. My background is really in product management, and I've been in the fintech world for a number of years, but always as I've been a crypto investor and crypto enthusiast for a while. And when I partnered with Alex, the CEO of Nansen, and we saw the vision that really could bring analytics to the forefront of a mainstream audience. So that's what we do with Nansen. We make it really simple to identify opportunities. So we really have the ability to discover new projects, to do your due diligence on those projects, and then to defend yourself once you get into a investment position or something like that. So you're not rugged in any potential downturn.
So can you give us an idea about where the product is at right now and where the product was at its infancy, so that people can understand the path that's been taken by which you first came to market doing a small amount of analytics, and now you have this super expansive, you have a free option, you have paid options. So can you just give us a little bit of the journey for you and Alex and the team? What did you go to market with, and where are you currently at? What is the current state of things, and how'd you get there?
Yeah, it's a good question. And we started out with DeFi analytics, I would say, with a small community of really crypto professionals that knew their stuff and wanted to see inflows into different DeFi contracts. We added on top of that our NFT analytics, and we also changed the user experience. When we first started, it was pretty, just kind of showing tables and charts. We really want to create the ability for someone to dive into analytics. So we like to call it going down the rabbit hole. So you start at a very top of the house level, like what is going on at total transaction or volume stats, and then you can actually get further down to individual wallets and what are they doing, what do they hold in terms of NFTs, what do they hold in terms of tokens. So we have wallet profiler and wallet profiler for token, and NFT profiler as well. So that really offers a way that anyone can consume this. I mean, I'm sure you've used other tools like Etherscan and tools that are a little difficult. We think that Nansen's a lot easier to use to find information. But yeah, we offer a free tool, which is really something that I think anyone should, try Nansen out. There's no obligation. Give it a shot. We think you'll love what you see. We offer something called NFT Paradise, which is like the CoinGecko of NFTs. Shows you overall volume, the floor price change in the past 24 hours, 3 days. We also offer NFT indexes like our Metaverse index and our gaming index. And you can see kind of the projects that are included there and get some sense of whether it's an investment opportunity that you might be interested in. So that's all free. And then what we think, once you try it, we think you'll like it and want to subscribe for a month or a quarter or a year. And if you're an institution, we also offer packages where if you like that data that you're seeing on our dashboards and in the interface, you can actually purchase that data directly with unfettered access to get whatever you're looking for.
What do you think about big data in Web3? It's often said the old asset was oil, and now the new asset is
Yeah.
oil. There's a lot of push in even the Web2 world. Own your data. I mean, it's even pushed in Apple's iPhone commercials, right? It's like it's a big
Sure.
part of the conversation, and a big desire for Web3 is decentralization, anonymity, some new levels of security. So can you talk a bit about where does big data have a place in the Web3 environment, and how does a software company, a platform company, an infrastructure company like yourself make decisions around big data, understanding that people may not have the same view of big data aggregation and dissemination as they had in the past? So can you speak to that a bit for us, John?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's important to note that, yeah, on-chain data is public, right? Like there's a benefit in doing that, right? It's all transparent. We can see what's going on. Anyone can see anyone else's activity. So there's a benefit of doing it that way. The also the benefit is that we, a company like Nansen, can surface some of the activity that's going on and really highlight the important points, rather than, it is a large data set, right? If you think of what goes on chain, we're talking terabytes of data, right? So we are normalizing that, and that's no easy effort to package it and get it produced in a way that is intelligible. But yeah, are there privacy aspects at play here? Yes. I mean, we are showing this, but it's for the benefit of the community, and it does bring in community, right? So your privacy, you're knowing that you're taking those actions, right? And you want to display your public profile. And I like to think of it as like, we have a lot of leaderboards, and blockchain is a bit of like playing a game, right? Like the people that have made the most they show up on our dashboards. We have a NFT leaderboard, right, that shows the most profitable wallets out there. That's actually a claim to fame, in my opinion, that these guys know what they're doing, and they probably put that on the resume, right? And granted, it's a anon resume, right? But it's still them, and they probably take pride in that, establishing that presence. So I think they're doing that willingly, and it does offer also a element of community, right? Community trust. This is the person behind this. They've done this before, and maybe we can have access gates based on what you've done in the past. So I think there are a lot of benefits in doing what we're doing on chain. So I hope that we continue that path forward. And there's always ways to be private. If you want to be, you can always go through an exchange or a mixer or something like that if you want to.
Can you talk a bit about what you do for project leaders? Whether they're doxed or not is probably insignificant in terms of what you have to offer. But let's assume there's 2 or 5 project leaders. They're ready to go to market at NFT.NYC in 3 weeks. They can't wait. They've heard that they should do this or that on Rarity Sniper, or this thing or that thing. And so what is it that Nansen would bring to them from a project lead perspective that would make their life easy, and more importantly, make it easy for their community to be able to find what they're looking for in terms of when the project goes live and the life cycle of it?
Yeah, that's a good point. And we do work with our ecosystem partners quite a bit. And we have built dashboards for projects like LooksRare and Lido and a couple others. And it is, Nansen's a great place because of our audience. It's typically a pretty sophisticated audience that is investing in these projects. We're able to cross market them and show probably deeper stats about what's going on than any other platform can. So I think it's a true testament. Like Nansen is like the gold standard in the industry, and if you're on Nansen and you're able to promote your project within our platform, I think it's a huge help to your cause. And by the way, we will pick up any ERC 721 or 1155 project automatically. So it's not like you need to work with us to do that, but there's potentially benefits of going that route, of course. And we'd be happy to collaborate on building out further tools for your community.
I have a question. What does Nansen do to formalize all the information that's collected? Do you have a blog? Is there an outlet by which the team is able to say, hey, we have all this crazy access. AI machine learning does some of the work for us. We have all these outputs, and here's what we're seeing. Is there a way that you're kind of publishing on a regular basis or even an irregular basis the findings that you have? And or do you find that that's not a good idea? Let's not tell people anything about our opinions. So can you give us some insight? What are you publishing or sharing, if anything at all? Where do people find that information if it is there?
Sure. Yeah, it's a slippery slope, and always do your own research. But we do have researchers on the Nansen team, and they do a fantastic job. We actually just did one on UST and what went on with Terra during that crisis. And it's a really in-depth study. I definitely recommend anyone who hasn't read that to take a look. I think we got over 3,000 Twitter likes on that report alone. And that really, that highlights one of our many research reports that we have produced. We have a lot of those in just Nansen.AI/research. If you go to our main website, you'll find all of the reports that we've done. We also have a tier above our standard tier, which is VIP and Alpha, and they get access to other research that we've built for those community members. So it's a little bit of an upgrade, but yeah, you could think of it as Nansen's a tool to do your own digging to find those diamonds in the rough. Nansen can also do that for you, and we just have other plans that would allow you access to that research.
Yeah, I'm tempted to ask about how to bring all the different research together, and if Nansen has any idea around that. One of the things about our industry is a lot of the great research is gated, just as we have in the traditional Web2 world with Gartner and things of that nature. But Proof Collective has their membership, and they have their analysts, and they pump stuff out, and this Discord group does, and this Telegram group does. And so in your mind, over the next couple of years, do you see an aggregator of all these different reports, information bringing things together to where it's able to help people do their own research in ways they certainly cannot do today because they just don't have the time to go through everything? So can you give us an idea where are things at in terms of a conglomerate bringing everything together, and what do you imagine can be a reality in the next year or four as things develop?
Yeah, and that's where we're headed, right? You mentioned we want to be the information super app of Web3 and bring all of that stuff together. Right now, there's 10 tabs open for any 10 different things that I need to do. It might be Etherscan, it might be a portfolio tool, it might be research. So collecting all of that, we think Nansen is going to be that central source that really guides your Web3 life. And I like to think of it as like in Web2, you had questions that led to answers, right? Google search for anything. And in Web3, you have questions to answers, which then leads you to ownership, which then you can actually influence that loop, that process of what is the answer for that question that I had originally. And hopefully you might be able to change that or enjoy the benefits of if that answer does change. But yeah, so we want to be that central source, and we've started to do that already with we acquired 8board a couple of weeks ago, and 8board is a portfolio management tool, and Zapper is another one, DBank. We want to be very thoughtful about how we present our information in Nansen and make it personalized to you. So you connect your wallet. We will give you information about things that matter to you or related projects that you might not have known about, but we see the similarities based on your purchasing history. So these are things that we're getting at eventually, and we want it to, once you log in, we want you to start your day with data and start your day with research that we've already curated for you. And hopefully you enjoy your relationship with Nansen, and we provide more along the way and grow with you as an investor and a user of the product.
Well, I'm going to ask you in a moment what you like best about being head of product at such a unique and innovative company. When you're speaking, I go on mute, so you may not be able to hear it, but I got birds just chirping away over here at the treehouse. And I would say one of the greatest pleasures of being in a treehouse is nature and the birds. My question for you, John, is what is a great pleasure of leading as the head of product an important company like this in the Web3 environment? Because a lot of times it gets real technical, or the end result, or it becomes about the talking points. But just pausing for a moment, thinking about the birds chirping away, what do you find great enjoyment and satisfaction in your job at Nansen?
Yeah, and it's the people, right? Like, we have amazing people at Nansen. We're also hiring. So if you're interested, go to nansen.ai/careers. We are a global workforce. You can work anywhere. And we do have people all over the world. We're at 120 employees, and we want to grow from there. And a lot of those people, I would say, are good friends. Like, we talk about different projects that we're into. We use Nansen, so we have conversations about data, things that we find. We're very transparent with our community too, like what we're working on, where we're headed, and our vision and philosophy of what we're building. And I think it's just an amazing place to work. We also have hubs that allow us to go to 3 different locations in the world: Bangkok, Lisbon, or Miami, and you could spend 3 months there, which is pretty amazing. The housing is paid and the flight is paid. So it's just really cool. It's a great place to work, and you get to build something that's just amazing. Like, this product is going to take us to the moon in terms of what analytics can really do. So it's just awesome. Like, when you see where we're at and where we're headed, and it's just great to be a part of that.
I'm going to share this for a moment as we wrap up our conversation. Again, go to Nansen.ai. They have all these job openings, right? You're an engineer. You want to get your foot in the door as an intern, marketing, operations, or product. There's all these incredible opportunities just at this one company alone. You get to work with someone fun like John and Alex, who have already done great things in the industry and will certainly continue to do more. Nansen provides a lot of infrastructure for all the different people involved with NFT.NYC. So I feel like the whole community has just a big, huge thank you. Thank you for what you and your team have created, John. Thank you for not stopping innovation and not becoming comfortable with what's been built. Please keep innovating. All of us cry out for more creative innovation around analytics and around all things Web3 and this industry. Thanks for jumping on here with me so we could share a conversation together. And I look forward to seeing you at our event in just a few weeks. Bye, everybody.